You are now live. Hey, are you Shirley Temple? I love those curls. Look at that.
No, I'm not Shirley Temple, Stina.
You're beautiful. Whoever you are, you're beautiful. You're my wife and you're beautiful.
All right, Shirley Temple was like 10 or 7.
Now
okay, I don't want to look like Shirley Temple.
Honey, you look great.
Okay, all right, good. Can you
there's one style of hair.
Okay.
Let's see another style.
We have a guest host.
The 70s have returned, the feathered hairstyle.
We have a guest host.
Of the great Farrah Fawcett, later Farrah Fawcett Majors.
Okay. Are you actually going to let everybody else talk?
Go ahead.
Okay. So today we have Cake Doctor and Cake Daughter.
How long did it take you to think of that?
No, I thought of that.
Oh, did you? That's brilliant.
Thought of it. It is brilliant, right?
That is brilliant. Cake Doctor,
so this
Cake
is Sophia,
Daughter.
our 15-year-old daughter.
And I like that. That sweater is wonderful. Cows hanging out, having fun.
Okay, so we're gonna make baklava tonight.
Baklava.
Okay, sorry, let's go baklava. Alright, so the reason why baklava is a little bit controversial is because everybody owns it.
The
right?
Greeks.
The Greeks.
The Egyptians.
The Turks.
And who do you think invented it?
The Egyptians, of course.
The Egyptians, of course.
Yes, right.
Who invented the pyramids?
Who invented baklava?
Look, if you're going to do the pyramids, you're going to do baklava.
Are you going to let her talk?
Yes, sorry.
Okay. Who invented baklava?
Well, it depends if you're talking about baklava or baklava or baklava.
So in Egypt we say baklava. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, but tonight we're gonna do something cool. So I started. Baklava is one of the first things I ever learned to make from my mom, who made it over and over and over again for like school bake sales and garden club and all that. So I learned to make it from her, but over the years I've adapted it. I've changed it a lot. And one of the things I've done is added a chocolate drizzle to it, which is your favorite way.
Yes.
And that's what we're going to do tonight. So
Sophia, do you like the chocolate drizzle on baklava?
I don't remember. It's been so long.
You don't? It has been so long because your mom doesn't like to make baklava that
Because
often.
I've made it so many hundreds of times, I get tired of it.
Okay, fine.
All right, so let me just give a little background to what we're going to do. First of all, I am not making my own phyllo dough. It can be done, but I haven't done it. My fellow followee, Dr. Wolf Bakes, Dr. Wolf with an E at the end, made his own phyllo dough, so you can check out his account. I'm not making my own phyllo dough tonight.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and then the other thing is...
I look down on you a little bit for not making your own phyllo dough, just so you know. Okay.
Right. So, components of the baklava tonight is we're using phyllo dough. It was bought frozen. We left it frozen until the day before we were going to use it. So last night I took it out of the freezer, put it in the fridge, let it thaw overnight in the fridge, and then I brought it out about an hour ago to get to room temperature.
Mm-hmm.
And it's important how you treat the phyllo dough. You have to treat it nicely, otherwise it's going to stick or it's going to crack. Yes. Right, and so Sophia has made spinach pie, spanakopita, with the phyllo dough, so she's good at using it. Right? You know how you've used it before. You made it by yourself before, right?
No.
The spanakopita?
No, you made it with me.
Oh.
Well, yeah, but you were the driving force. Mom just assisted you.
Okay. All right, and we're going to use all walnuts, so that's a little bit different than some other people do. Like, how do the Greeks make baklava? They put...
No idea.
Let me take a
Don't
look.
ask me.
Okay, so anyway, this is how I like my walnuts. I'm only using walnuts. I don't use pistachios. It's just not something we do very commonly in Egyptian recipes. But of course, everybody has their own way of making baklava, right?
Yes.
Right. And even my cousins who are Egyptian, well, my cousin Cece, my cousin Mona, they make baklava, but they learned to make it more the Greek way. But anyway, we're going to do it one way today, and you guys can just be imaginative, do what way makes you happy. Okay?
Sally Elias Kezi is saying, just be imaginative.
I don't want to offend any baklava makers out there who are going to be like, my mother makes it this way, my grandmother makes it this way, and that's wrong, and this is wrong, so we're going to just show you how we do it, okay?
Right.
All right, so there's one thing that I learned that I don't do the same way as Grandma does it. Teta, right? So, or you call her Tat. So there's one thing that we do differently, actually, which is returning to the way that our great-grandparents did it, the butter. So when my mother started making baklava, she was always using butter, half vegetable vegetable oil was in there. Can you come closer? You're not in the picture.
There you go.
The vegetable oil was in there to keep the butter from burning. So if you just use pure butter, it would burn, okay? Or it could get a little crispy, like brown crispy, which you don't want, okay? And so she would add vegetable oil to it. But great-grandparents would use what? Can you guess?
Come on, Sophia. Think.
Shortening.
No.
That's a good guess, though. But what do Egyptians love?
And Indians.
Yes.
No, instead of the butter.
What kind of butter?
Milk.
Okay, no, they use ghee or clarified butter or semna. Remember the word semna?
Butter, isn't it?
Well, so clarified butter. It's a good question. Clarified butter has the water removed. Okay, so semna has the water removed, which means you can keep it at room temperature in tins like this, which is what your grandmother, your great-grandmother, your great-aunts used to do. They would keep tins like this under their cabinets at room temperature.
Shout out to Tea Aziz.
Shout out to Tea Aziz, my grandmother. And
this is great-grandmother.
And your great-grandmother. So they would keep tins like that at room temperature because the water was removed so it wouldn't go rancid at room temperature. They could keep it for a long time. Also, it had a more preferable taste because it has this nutty taste almost to the butter. And then we got away from using that because it was considered unhealthy. Well, so if you compare spoon to spoon of clarified butter versus butter, yeah, it's a little less healthy to have clarified butter. But really the problem becomes when you like put buckets of anything on your food that's unhealthy, okay? Mm-hmm. So it's not so much butter is so worse, it's just that they use so much of the clarified butter that it would, the moussaka, they would be making moussaka that was literally swimming in a pool of clarified butter.
I like this. Turbo Bread Baker said the Greeks from Egypt. Apparently, so maybe he's saying the Egyptians started it, but the Greeks perfected it. I don't know. I don't know.
We won't argue.
That's right.
We won't argue.
Let's not.
All right. So after many years of just doing it with butter and vegetable oil, I realized clarified butter was better. And why did I go back to clarified butter? Because of Rose Levy Berenbaum. So in her book, The Pastry Bible, she uses clarified butter for the baklava for a specific reason. Because there is no water, the filo dough becomes crisper. And what we want is a crispy baklava.
I got a lot of hearts coming up. I can't tell who they're from. Of course, I don't have my glasses.
Well, what are your criteria for a perfect baklava? Both of you can answer.
Okay, Busa, perfect baklava.
Not too like soggy and oily.
Exactly.
Not too soggy and oily.
Right.
I say this.
Yes.
Just like her, crisp, yet I want the moisture, but not over soggy.
Right.
And I love it when you put the chocolate in. I'm sorry. That's what I like.
And also when you take it apart, it has to like come apart cleanly. Because I've seen before where they serve baklava at like large events, and then people come in with their fork and it like falls apart.
Oh, and it's all over the place.
So, do you know what a good way I have found of...
Wait a second. Hi, popcorn. Hello. Okay, we're good.
You know what a good way of minimizing that, I think, is I like the texture of the walnuts to be somewhat small, not too chunky. So I think that if the walnuts are too chunky, the filo dough, the baklava pieces are more apt to fall apart. All right, I think we're ready. So we've got filo dough, we've got clarified butter that's been melted. I have a little range here.
All right.
I have a little range here in case it starts to solidify because clarified butter will become solid at room temperature.
Gotcha.
So I'll heat it up again so it's liquid. I've got some chocolate that we've melted. Actually, we're going to need to melt it again.
Yes, you are.
And then the syrup, which we'll make later. The other thing that I have found over many trials, and also from Rose Levy Berenbaum, is when to add the syrup. Do you add cold syrup to hot baklava? That's what we used to do. That's what I used to do and my mom used to do. So, or do you add hot syrup to hot baklava? I think I have, after trying many times...
Sophia, your mom's a little bit giddy and nutty about baking. We know this.
So I found the best way is to add hot syrup to cold baklava.
Oh, I thought. Oh wait, okay, now I know what you're talking about. But I thought it was cold syrup to hot baklava.
That's what we used to make. That's what we used to do. But I found that it actually the baklava stays crisper if you wait till it's completely cooled off and then add hot syrup to it.
So hot syrup to cooled off baklava.
Right.
Not necessarily cold, but cooled off baklava.
Not cold,
Yeah.
cooled off. Okay.
Right.
Ready to go? All right.
Sure.
So now, phyllo dough sheets come in various sizes, and it's not a big deal because you just fit the size to your pan. If you have to trim it down, if you have to double it up a little bit, that's what you do. So right now we're just going to take out one roll, and we're just going to unravel it. So we're not going to unroll it until right before we start making it. And then we're going to show Sophia how to do it, and she's going to kind of take over.
Okay. I like this.
So I believe that this roll has 20 sheets in it.
20, and just so everybody knows, phyllo dough is incredibly thin dough.
Yes.
Yes. You
All
want
right.
to talk about phyllo dough a little bit?
Yes, we're going to talk about phyllo dough, but we're going to try to move quickly. Because
Okay, move quickly. Sorry.
All right, it's okay, but we're not going to let it, we don't want it to get dry. I don't use a damp towel on it because I go pretty quickly.
Okay.
So what we're gonna do is these are
Sophia, come over here and watch because you're gonna have to learn to
right.
do this.
So they're not big enough for my pan. So what I'm gonna do is I am going to trim it down to the pan, and we're gonna double up. So we're gonna do layer here, another layer here. So first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my knife and just trim it down.
That's a nice knife. What is it?
I don't know.
It's a shun, honey.
Okay, thank you.
And it was once wonderful until someone who doesn't appreciate.
Do you want me to cut myself because you're
sorry,
trying
go
to
ahead.
distract me?
Yeah, go ahead. I'm not trying to distract you. I'm just.
All right, so we're
explaining
not going to use that.
Proper knife.
So Sophia, this is what we're going to do. These sheets are nice and pliable because we've let them come to room temperature fairly slowly. I'm going to start from down here. Sophia, we're going to take 2 sheets at a time. We're going to butter those 2 sheets, and then we're going to move on. My hands are too dry. Okay, so ready, honey? So we're going to take 2 sheets here. We're going to lay it down to fit the pan. Okay, and then we're going to take our clarified butter and just drizzle. We're not like soaking this.
Oh, you're not like spreading it out?
No, we're just drizzle, drizzle. Then we're going to take another 2 sheets.
Nice. That way the pan is covered completely with the.
We do want to like pay special attention to the edges because the edges are the ones that are most likely going to get dry. So this is going to, I have 20 sheets. If I divide that in half, because I'm doing it by halves, that'll be 10 and 10. And so we'll probably
Fives.
Huh?
Because you're 2 sheets per side.
Yeah, there'll be 5 layers.
5 and 5, 5 layer, 5 layer. 2 sheets per side, right?
Yeah, but this is 20 sheets.
Oh.
Yeah, but
So it's going to be a total of 10.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so a total of 10. So I'm going to do a total of 10 on the top and a total of 10 on the, on the bottom and on the top.
As Chevy Chase once said on Saturday Night Live, it was my understanding there'd be no math involved
Well, you have
in today.
6 so far.
Yes. I'm not counting, honey. I'm going to get through this whole thing. We don't have to count because I know that there's 20 sheets in this package.
Well, when are you going to put the filling?
So after I finish this package, because there's 2 packages and there's 2 rolls.
Oh,
So
okay.
this is going to be the top. All right.
So speed is of the essence here.
Yeah, because we don't want the sheets to dry out.
We don't want the sheets dry out. We don't want the butter to harden.
The butter's not going to harden that quickly. I mean,
because you said it at room temperature it
chocolate
hardens.
the chocolate
Well,
already.
chocolate we're going to have to obviously melt again.
All right, so Sophia, tell me when you're ready to take over. Actually, why am I doing it this way? I'll just do 2.
Okay, friends with Tom on
Sophia,
MySpace.
tell me when you want to take over.
I'm ready when
You ready?
you
Do it,
Okay.
Sophia. Hit it.
So go ahead.
All right, look at this girl. You know, the feathered hair is back. She wears bell bottoms. The 70s are back with the kids. I love it. I absolutely love it.
Good.
Yep, special attention to the sides. Good job, Sophia.
So 2 on 2 here, 2 here.
So
I know what MySpace is. I can't believe
It's all right.
here, you take that one.
Okay.
Okay, here. It's all right. You can so that's the beauty of phyllo dough. You can patch it. It's
Patching phyllo
What happened to the
dough.
rest of it?
MySpace.
well, it ripped, so that's
Nobody's
fine.
heard MySpace in ages, have
Yeah, but
they?
what's the rest of it?
Oh, I don't know. It's okay. Don't sweat it. Don't sweat it. Here. Phyllo dough can be patched.
Phyllo dough.
And if 2, 3 are stuck
Oh yeah.
together, and then just
A
flatten it
fan
out.
of crazy,
Hey,
my
shh,
crazy
shh.
brother.
The
What?
important thing is that we flatten it out.
Oh yes,
Okay?
the important thing is we flatten the phyllo dough out. Robbie is my crazy brother. That's
Ryan, do you want to do
correct.
the butter or the phyllo dough, and I can do the butter or something?
No, it's okay. You can keep going.
Okay.
All right.
Last one, Sophia's
Wait, what
putting.
about the 2 and 2?
Yeah.
Is that only 2 sheets?
Yeah.
All right, then do 1 and 1. So it's
1 and
even.
1. Okay, so they even it out, right?
Mhm.
So these are layers of phyllo dough with butter in between. That's the essence of baklava, right?
Yes.
The essence of baklava is layers, very thin layers, butter between them.
Yes.
And then, of course, topped with walnuts or
Pistachios.
pistachios.
Yes. So this is the end of the bottom half, right? And so what we're going to do, I've chopped these walnuts with a little bit of sugar and a little bit of vanilla just to give it a little bit extra flavor. I mean, some people prefer like orange blossom water or rose water.
Yeah, I like what
I
you
know
do.
you don't like the rose
I
water.
like what you do.
So-
Can I say one thing, though? Walnuts are very healthy for you.
Yes.
They are. So it
Yes.
combats the butter and
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I always say eat raw walnuts
Okay.
and raw almonds.
All right.
I always say
okay.
that.
All right. So now
Yeah.
Sophia's going to spread the walnuts evenly over the whole thing while I remelt the
My hand
chocolate.
or the bowl?
You can do it either. Okay. So just make sure it's even. It's going to be a nice even layer, and I'm going to remelt the chocolate.
And if you want to get on this side, because
Okay, yeah, I'll get on that side, honey. Let's do it. Do it. Nice and even. Oh, she's using her hands.
That's fine. Listen, just dump it to make it faster.
Oh, okay.
There's a lot. Just dump it evenly all over.
There you go. Nice. Nice. Hi, Debbie. Debbie joined.
Hi, Debbie.
Hi, Debbie. Happy Easter, guys. We forgot to say Happy Easter, everybody.
Happy Easter.
In like 2 hours.
Yeah, Happy Easter in 2 hours, right? For us, since we're cops, ours is a
our
month
Easter
away.
is May
Should I
2nd.
spread it out?
Yeah. So okay, Steven, you want to come back around from that side? Sorry.
You guys are pushing me around.
Okay, let's
All
move
right.
the bowl so you can see.
Okay.
All right. So now we're going to pat it evenly all over.
Mm-hmm. That's the walnut with a little bit of sugar and vanilla, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And you got what? About 10 layers of baklava there?
This is 10 sheets. Yeah.
10
Sorry,
sheets.
Sophia. 10 sheets of phyllo dough on the bottom,
Mhm.
a pound of walnuts that have been chopped with sugar and vanilla, and then we're just going to drizzle some chocolate. I'm using milk. You can use dark.
And I know as Debbie's husband as well will
This is one of his
say
favorites.
It's one of my favorites as well. It's one of Dr. Tom's favorites, and yet Sally doesn't seem to make it quite enough.
Because it bores me. I made it so many times.
Listen, do for your fellow man.
Okay. All right. Now we continue. All right. So we're going to open up this, and we gotta move quickly again. So we're going to open up the second layer. So by the time we're done, we've gone through 20. So a total of 40 sheets, but because we split we made a very large pan of it.
Gotcha.
We've got a total of 10 sheets on the top, 10 sheets on the bottom.
Nice. Okay, I'm going to take a quick commercial break from the United Dairy Farmers. Stay there,
taking a
honey.
commercial
From
break?
the United Dairy Farmers. Moo, drink milk. There
What?
we go. Okay, nothing. I'm
What?
done. Nothing. I'm done. Go ahead.
Okay.
Just you don't know what's going on.
All right. Sophia, you want to keep going?
Sure.
All right.
don't we
Sophia's
have to
layering
cut it?
again.
Oh, yes. Sorry. Okay.
Okay. You got to
Wait,
cut
just
it, correct?
use this. No.
Yeah,
you-
good idea.
Yeah, you use that as the
template.
guide on. Yeah, as the
Oh,
template.
that's
Good
cool.
job.
That's
Lisa.
okay. I can
Yeah,
kind of.
like that.
All right. I can kind of guesstimate it.
That's a great knife. What kind of knife is that?
It's a shun, Steven.
That's right. And it was a wonderful shun until
All right, I'll
somebody just
clean up.
keeps throwing it down like that.
Okay.
I'm like, that's, and it upsets me.
All right. 2 sheets on the top, 2 sheets on the bottom. We're going to move quickly.
2 and 2. We're going quick.
I'm going to wash my hands while Sophia's doing that.
And then we're putting, Sophia, butter, drizzling butter between it. You'll sneeze. Ooh. Okay, there we go.
Sophia, would it go faster if I did one job and you did another job?
Oh yeah, do you want to do the butter?
Okay,
Do the
come
butter.
on the other side.
Okay,
You're going
all right,
to
I'm moving. Popcorn Cam. Hello, Popcorn. Good to see you, buddy. Good to see you, buddy. Yes. All right, let's drizzle.
All right.
Let's drizzle, kids. Let's drizzle. Can you sing a song while you like to sing while you bake? If I baked, I would sing while I was baking. You know.
Whistle while we bake.
Yeah, seriously, do that. So like that. That's fun. They're like, do you know the way to San Jose?
Okay, that's just annoying, dude.
What?
That's not. We're not going to sing San Jose.
How about this? Burt Bacharach, "This Guy's in Love with You." That's a great song.
What? I don't know that song.
They say this guy's in love.
That's a horrible
with
song,
you.
dude. What is that?
Be quiet. I'm just a horrible singer. It's a
know.
fantastic song.
Thank God we're almost done.
Why?
Because your singing is killing me.
Are we doing? What is this? The layers? How many layers are left? Drizzle, guys. Drizzle. Sing while you're drizzling, Sally. No, don't whistle. Sing. There's a difference.
Whistle while you work.
Okay. That's nice, actually. You really didn't like my singing?
No.
Yeah, that hurts my feelings.
What's wrong? What's
No,
wrong?
I was imitating you.
Oh, no.
Here we go.
La 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 la.
Okay, that's yeah. You're not Michael Bublé, that's for sure.
Well, what song do you want me to sing?
I want you.
It's okay. It's all right.
Sing "Three Coins in a Fountain."
I don't know.
The old standard.
I don't know how to sing.
Really? 3 coins in a fountain? You don't know that? Okay, how about
Why don't you focus on the Philado a little bit? We're almost done.
Okay, just do your thing. Okay, just sing a song like "I love Vegas in the morning. Ooh, I love it." Sing.
This girl is on fire.
Okay, let's sing a little French standards like Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin, things like that.
I'll sing Samira's favorite song.
Okay.
If you like it, you should have put a ring on it.
Okay, that's it. Okay. All right, thank you so much. Ay, ay, ay. Okay. Sorry about everybody's ears right now. Here we go. Get it going. Oh, by the way, guys, I got about 10% of
We're
time.
almost done. We're almost
Okay,
done. We're
okay.
almost done. This is it.
And
This
then we're
is
going to
it.
come back and show the
No,
finish.
honey, you gotta put. Is that 2 sheets?
Yeah.
No, you gotta put. Okay, so that's okay. We're gonna show them what to do if it falls apart. Which
No,
is,
but you put one at a time, right?
Okay. One at a time.
you're just gonna flatten it out. The
But you
important.
said put one on each side.
No, honey, because you were down to 1 and you hadn't. We're down to 2.
Yeah, we're down to 2. Okay, whatever.
Oh, right, whatever.
Once again, math.
All right, so this is it. So this is the part that we really want to show before
you want to just drizzle butter. Why don't you? Let me ask. Why don't you just paint the butter on there with your little paintbrush?
It'll fall apart.
Well, it will fall apart. And we don't want the butter to be too heavy.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna make sure I got the sides, and then before we lose our battery, we're gonna make sure that everybody knows how to cut this because this is kind of a tricky part.
Okay.
And so I am doing a little bit more basting here because I don't want it to fly up when I'm trying to cut it.
Okay.
All right, so the cutting part is important because you do have to pretty heavily score it before we put it in the oven, because then we're going to add the rest of the butter, and we want it to soak through the layers.
Okay.
And so if you don't have this bicycle cutter, that's fine, no big deal. I'm just using it to help me out a little bit to get, I want to get 2 inches here.
2-inch cut, right?
Right, it's just going to help me get ahead a little bit
Okay.
with my scoring. But if you don't have a bicycle cutter, it's not important. But anyway, this is 2 inches, so I'm going to do...
Oh, I thought you did that like in
We're going to do both. We're going to do vertical cuts. And then we're going to do...
How much pressure are you putting on there?
Not much, because this is not going to do my big cut. This is just scoring for me.
Scoring, not cutting, just scoring.
So we're going to do 2 inches this way. And then we're going to do the diagonal cuts.
And we're just scoring, we're not cutting.
Why don't you just wait and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Okay.
Gotcha.
All right, so that helped me. And then we're going to do diagonal.
Mm-hmm. Pazzo said I have a good voice. Is it me or my wife? Probably my wife, I'd imagine. I know I don't have a good voice. I'll tell you. Before puberty,
so it is
like an angel. Oh, sorry.
So it's important to get it straight because you don't want baklava that's all wonky sizes.
Mm-hmm.
And so my mother is the one who was very particular about this.
But why, let me ask you, why is baklava made in the diagonal cut? Why not just make it in squares?
I have seen them in squares.
They make them in like parallelograms,
but
right?
Traditionally it's diagonal. And so I'm going to go back in here and I'm going to make my cuts.
You're going to go over your scores and make your cuts. Gotcha.
And so my mom always used a ruler.
Oh, you didn't cut all the way to the end here.
Okay, that's okay. I'll go back in and do it. All right, so my mom always used a ruler, and if the phyllo dough sticks to it, it's okay. It's not a big deal. All right, so you're going to go back in here.
Mm-hmm. I like it. I like it a lot.
Okay. And we're not trying...
Now see, it's lifting because the butter's sticking to the ruler, so you got to
okay.
Okay. So
actually, I don't even need the ruler.
Because you got the scores. Yeah.
And I'm not digging all the way down to the pan. The idea here is to get my basic shapes and so get the butter also soaking all the way through each layer.
Because you're going to cut it eventually.
Okay, why don't you let me talk?
Oh, wow. Okay. I didn't
after we're all done baking,
yes,
we're going to make the serious cuts. So this is just to get us started.
I see that. Okay, beautiful. It's a lot of work.
The cutting is a lot of work because you want to get it precise.
Dough is a little.
Was that really hard, Sophia, to lay out all the dough?
It's monotonous, though. I think it's monotonous.
It's tedious.
Tedious, monotonous. It's a little of everything.
Anyway, so are you almost out of battery? We have another minute.
Yeah, I do have another minute. And then I'll charge it up, and then we'll rejoin after it's baked. And what are you baking this at? 350, I'd imagine?
Yeah, 350. It's going to take about an hour because we really want it nice and crispy. Okay,
so 350 for an hour. So why don't you do 450 for half an hour?
Because that would burn it.
Burn it, okay.
And we take the rest of the clarified butter.
Top it. Wow, that's a lot of butter. Butter. Ooh, I love it. As Fabio once said, I can't believe it's not butter, but this is butter actually.
Oh my god.
This is ghee.
Wait, what's
clarified butter?
The black stuff.
It's not black, honey. It's the butter when we heated it, so it got a little brown, and that's okay. But it actually gives it more flavor. All right, so we're done. It's going to go in the oven for an hour.
We're about to go. Put this in the oven. Then we'll be back in 1 hour. This 350 for 1 hour, and then there's chocolate drizzled on it. Correct?
At the end,
but there's chocolate inside that we saw.
Yes.
So okay, and then we're going to go live in an hour, and then we'll put them on TV.
Yes. Okay.
Do you love me?
Yes.
Thank you so much, Sophia.
All right.
Great work. Wonderful work. I love the sweater. Very stylish. I love the hair. Feathered. The 70s are back.
I'm going to put this in the oven. Can you
do it?
All right. Can you say goodbye? All right.
No. Have a good day.
Okay,
that's what they say. No questions. Have a good day.
Right,
Thank you.
Right.
Thank you, Pazos.
Okay. Bye.
Bye. Bye. Arrivederci.
All right, honey. Turn it off.
Oh, okay. How do I do that? You bake it 350 for 1 hour,
It was about 45 minutes, so this is how it looked like when we were done cooking it.
Beautiful.
All right, so part 2. All right, so the baklava has cooled. I'm making the syrup, so I'm going to add hot syrup to the cold baklava. This is a simple syrup.
Simple syrup is what for everybody?
Well, simple syrup is typically 50-50 water and sugar. This is 400. That's another dessert I'm making.
That's
okay,
fantastic.
Let's get back to this.
Okay, let's do it.
All right. So this is 400 grams of sugar. So to 1 cup of water, which is 240 grams of water.
And that means simple syrup.
Yes. Okay. Simple syrup is technically 50-50, but that's fine. This is a simple syrup. So anyway, this is the syrup we're going to use. And so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to, you remember how we scored the baklava before we baked it?
And then we cut it with the shin knife.
Oh, okay, yes. And so we need to cut it more definitively.
Okay. Is that
So
the word? Is that the word, Miss Thesaurus?
Stop interrupting me, but I
Okay.
can think of the word. All right, so we can use it with a knife, but if you have one of these, which is a pizza cutter, this is super cool. So you can just do this.
You have lovely hands. Has anybody ever told you that before?
I really don't.
Well, I'm your husband, though, so I say
Okay,
that.
thank you.
Yeah.
All right. Diagonally, and then we're going to pour the syrup, which has been boiling for about 10 minutes. And then we're going to pour the syrup over the whole thing. And then we're going to put.
See, I think that thing, the
how
diagonal
about the
cut's
knife
tough.
for this part, hon?
Yeah.
Yeah, let me do the knife. Is it
Grab the
working?
shin for that.
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go.
So we're going to finish cutting the baklava, then we're going to pour the syrup over it. And the syrup is going to sit on it. Actually, I'm going to let the syrup sit on it overnight. We're going to add some chocolate on it too. That's going to be the very end. And don't be afraid to just cover it up with plastic wrap and let it sit till the next day, because it'll be even better the next day.
You got it. We got.
You want me to do this part?
Okay.
Okay. All right. So
Okay.
Anyway,
Lucy, do you like to hum a tune while you're cutting things like that, or no?
No.
Like maybe Baker Street by Jerry Rafferty.
all right.
you
Can
know?
we focus on the
Oh,
baklava?
oh,
This
sorry.
is the last part, and then we're done.
Okay.
So we're going to pour the syrup evenly.
Let me go over here. Oh, there you go. That's a better shot. Sorry, that's a better shot. And that's the simple syrup on the cooled off baklava and very hot simple syrup, correct? All right, here we go. Mike Zarin said we met before with a question mark. I don't know what that means. Like, did we meet before? I don't know.
Okay. So that's what?
Okay.
What's the matter?
We're looking this way.
We are?
Yeah, because I had to put, you had the thing that
We're looking
way.
this way now. Okay. So we put the syrup. We're going to let it sit, and
Okay.
I just melted some chocolate here.
All right.
And we're just going to do the last bit. So this is just
Got it.
a little extra chocolate drizzle on the top. And so.
And that little thing, that chocolate drizzle on the middle section and right here on the top, this makes baklava oh so special to me. It's my wife's baklava, which I adore. My brother adores it. Dr. Tom adores it. They love the chocolate baklava. I'm just shocked it hasn't been done over and over, chocolate baklava, since like the 40s. You know? I mean, you think, hey, chocolate everything's better, right?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, so that's it. So what I'm going to do, actually, because I want this chocolate to set, I'm just going to put it in the fridge for about 10 minutes and let the chocolate set, and then I'll take it out and wrap it with plastic wrap and let it sit overnight for it to really absorb the syrup.
Gotcha.
Okay, that's
now,
it. We're
quick question.
Yes.
Who's a better baker, you or your daughter?
Well, right now it's me, but she's getting there.
Okay.
She's getting there.
Another question. Who's better at social media and who's better at computers in general, you or your daughter?
Obviously her.
Yes.
Obviously
she teaches us
Sophia.
how to do things.
So, Sophia, thank you for helping me make baklava.
Of course.
Okay.
You guys.
All right, and we're signing off.
Girls, I love you. Happy Easter.
Happy Easter.
Our Easter's in 4 weeks.
Happy Western Easter.
Yeah.
Orthodox Easter is in May 2nd, which is when we celebrate.
Mm-hmm.
So we're actually not going to be eating this. We're giving it away.
Right, we're giving it.
We gotta go to bed. We're all tired.
Good night, guys.
All right, good night. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.